Hey y'all, how y'all doing? So on Saturday, when I posted my video on spring cleaning, I told you guys that I would be making a big announcement on Sunday. Unfortunately, there was a delay that was beyond my control, and so now I'm making that video today. So the gist of it is I have joined Patreon, and for those of you who don't know, Patreon is a website where people who are creators like me can upload their content and people can patronize them. They can become their patrons, and each individual creator has different levels to where you can pay for access to what they create. And so the purpose of this video today is to explain the 3 tiers that I have chosen for my Patreon page and explain to you what you will get at each of those levels. First of all, before I get into that, I'm going to say that when I upload this video, there will be a link to my Patreon page in the description of this video, but I've also added it to my link tree that I talked to you guys about before that shows you all the places you can find me on the web. So when deciding for my tiers, I wanted to go with a little bit of an astrology theme because that's kind of my passion the last couple of years. And so I chose 3 tiers, and I'm calling them cardinal, fixed, and mutable. So, and these are a division of the zodiac. You don't really have to know a lot about it. I'm going to explain a little bit. So cardinal signs are, cardinal means beginning. These are the signs where the seasons change. Summer, spring, fall, winter. For example, we have spring equinox coming up. That happens when the sun enters 0 degrees Aries. That's spring. And so the cardinal tier is the beginner level, and this is where you're just going to be able to get a taste of what I'm offering you. And at this level, it's $5 a month, and for that $5 a month, you're going to get my card of the day. Now, I know that I already post that on Instagram, but after this week, I'm probably no longer going to be posting my card of the day on Instagram. It's going to be exclusively on Patreon. You're also going to get my weekly affirmation and journal exercise. What that means is I'll either do a blog post or a video sharing with you like a little mini sermon with a affirmation for you to try and practice that week. I'm asking that anyone who patronizes me at whatever level, you're probably going to want to get a journal because I'm going to be giving you a lot of things to think about and write about to help you in your own spiritual growth. The next thing you're going to get at the beginner level is my weekly Choose Your Card reading. You've probably seen these before. I did them a long time ago on Instagram. I've done them on YouTube a couple times where it's going to either be a blog or a video where I show you 3 cards. I don't show you what they are. You're going to intuitively choose a card, and then later I'll come back and reveal what those cards are and give you an interpretation, and that will be your reading. I'm already maintaining an astrology blog at Google Blogger, and I often write these blogs ahead of time and pre-schedule them. So what I'm going to do with Patreon is you're going to get early access to that astrology blog. So you're going to get the articles about the transits and different things, anything having to do with astrology before I post it to Blogger. And finally, the last thing you're going to get on the cardinal tier is and this is not something I could really plan out, but I'm calling it miscellaneous thoughts and musings. So this is going to be magical tips, insights, advice. I used to have a feature on my old blog that I called Mailbag Monday, where people would ask, I get lots of emails and comments where people ask me questions. And so, again, it would either be a blog or it would be a video where I just print out a bunch of people's questions and I would answer them on camera. So that might be one thing, that will be one thing that you'll get access to. The next tier is the fixed tier. And the fixed signs are the signs that come after the cardinal one. So you're thinking like Aries is a cardinal, Taurus is a fixed sign. And so that tier is going to be, fixed means foundation. So if you're at the fixed level, you have some type of foundation in Wicca, witchcraft, hoodoo or magic general practices in magic, and this is for you to build on that foundation. And at that tier, it's going to be $20 a month, and at $20 a month, you're going to get everything that I've already mentioned in tier 1, the Cardinal Fix. That is the card of the day, the weekly affirmation and journal exercise, the weekly choose your card reading. Now this is where, you're also going to get the miscellaneous thoughts and musings. Now at this point, this is where you're going to get something that the first tier isn't. I'm going to send you a printable copy of your birth chart, which means you will have to provide me with the date, time, and place of your birth. And so you're going to get that so that when you get the early access to my astrology blog, you're going to be able to look at your own chart, to study your chart as I'm posting things about transits and things. You're going to get access to my hoodoo blog. I'm going to resurrect my hoodoo blog. That's something I maintained for 10 years and then I kind of let it go. So I've decided to resurrect it to create content for people who follow me for hoodoo content. You're also going to get, you're also going to be able to participate in my monthly group rituals. And the way that will work is on the odd numbered months, we will work at the new moon. At the even numbered months, we will work at the full moon. So on the new moon, it will focus on drawing something to us or blessing something new in our life. At the full moon, it will be for bringing completion or resolution to a project or moving something away from ourselves. Finally, at the fixed level, you will get the Conjure Challenge. The Conjure Challenge was something that I wrote 2 or 3 years ago, and it's a year-long course in hoodoo, and I taught it for 2 years in a row. The first year it was free. The second year I had people pay for the lessons. You're going to get that 52 lessons in hoodoo on a weekly basis. Okay. Finally, we have the third tier, which is the mutable, named after the mutable signs. And mutable means adaptable. So what that means is you already have a foundation in magic. You probably already have your own rituals and traditions. So this is where, you know, sometimes our practices can get stale. They hold power. Rituals hold power, but sometimes they can get stale. So at the mutable level, you're going to kind of learn to up your skill set. You may revisit old lessons and think about ways you can improve your spirituality and enrich your life. And so at this level, you're going to get everything that I've mentioned already. You're going to get the card of the day, the weekly affirmation, the weekly choose your card reading. You're going to get early access to the astrology blog. You're going to get the miscellaneous thoughts and musings. You're going to get your printable copy of your birth chart so that you can study your chart as I post my astrology stuff. You're going to be able to participate in our monthly group rituals. Again, odd number months, we're going to work at the new moon. Even number months, we're going to work at the full moon. You will get access to my hoodoo blog, and you will get access to the weekly Conjure Challenge lessons. Now, in addition to all that, you are going to be able to get your yearly solar return chart with interpretation by me. This is not a reading where we talk on Zoom or talk on the phone. It's going to be by email. And again, this depends on you sending me your date, time, and place of birth. And anybody who signs up at the second or third tiers, I have a form I'm going to be sending you to fill out, to send back to me with all the information I need in order to do your chart. And so you will get your yearly solar return chart and interpretation by me once a year, and that usually happens around your birthday. Finally, people who sign up at the adaptable or mutable tier, and again, I'm sorry I didn't tell you, that tier is $30 a month. You're going to get a monthly mailing. What that means is I'm going to mail you something physical in the mail once a month. And I have a long list of things that I plan on mailing out to you guys. I don't want to say what they are, to give other people ideas, but I'll give a couple examples. For example, there are certain herbs that grow in my area, and I harvest them and dry them and pray over them myself. So, for example, in the summertime, my whole backyard's full of dandelion. I'm not going to go buy a dandelion from someone when I can harvest it and dry it myself. So one month you might get a whole dried dandelion root from me in the mail, and it'll come with instructions on how you can use it. Excuse me. Other things might include, oh God, I forgot my list. And again, I don't want to tell y'all everything and give other people ideas, but I have lots of ideas, things I'm going to send out to people. And honestly, in some respects, it may depend on how many people sign up at that level. And I know at $30, it's probably not going to be a hell of a whole lot of people, but it's going to be something special. It may be some artwork of mine. It may be a channeled sigil. It may be an herb. It may be a gemstone. It might be a mojo bag. It may be a doll baby. There's just all kinds of things. It may be an oil. It might be a spell directly out of my personal receipt book. It may be anyway, I have a lot of things that I want to send to you. So this is basically what I'm starting out with. As people sign up and I do put content up, I do have other things that I'm planning on doing that people will have access to. But again, I don't want to tell you what those things are at this point because I don't want to give other people ideas that they can steal from me. Anyway, that's it for now. Again, this is a starting point. There's going to be more things that I'm going to be offering to people who choose to patronize me. Again, there will be a link in the comment section of this video for you to follow and find me on Patreon, and please consider becoming my patron. All right, that's it. Have a good day, everybody. I knew you was going to do this to me. Embarrassing me in front of all these people, I swear.